Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I jumped on actually a few minutes early today. I have somewhat pulled it together today, and I'm actually in another room today. It's a little bit of an experiment to see if the Wi-Fi connection is a little better or if I continue to have the same issues. So just, as you are coming on live or whether you're watching in the replay, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. What am I going to do here? Let's see. I'm not used to being in this space, and I'm hoping with my headphones on that it's not echoey because there's no carpet in here, but we'll find out. So I am going to just switch my view here. Okay, so today we are going to be working with something called the Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. I'm going to go over just a few things. I'm going to wait until noon. It's 11:58 right now, so I'll see if anybody is able to jump on, but if not, I'll just keep going. So my original plan when I got this kit was that I was going to do alternate projects with it. And I do think I'm still going to do that. But the more I look at this kit, I just want to put it together the way that they've designed it. I'm really tempted. I really want to see what it looks like. So that's what I want to do today. So I'm just going to go over a few things with all of you while I am waiting to get started. Okay, so the first thing is this is my website. This is where you can find the projects that I make and the information and all of that. I am still working on the information from yesterday's live. I am definitely running a little bit behind, but I will get caught up and I'll get everything posted and I will send an email out just as soon as, and I'll put posts out just as soon as everything's updated. But in the meantime, I thought with everything that's been going on and just trying to get caught up. And when I was unboxing this kit, I was like, this is exactly what the kits collection is for. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. So if you have not already joined my email list, I would love to have you on my email list. That is the first place where I sort of post and talk about everything that's going on in terms of updates, classes, all of that. So whenever we have like a product that's very popular and it's out of stock and it comes back in, that's usually the first place where I update. I post all of my replays, everything there. So it's sort of my main place. It's kind of like a mobile hub, if you will. So I would love to have you join my email list. Okay, and I'm seeing a comment. Hi, Penny. How are you? She is saying morning sunshine from Florida. Thank you. I will take it. We actually have sunshine here in Pennsylvania today too. And my dining room, which is actually my favorite room in this house, has so much light. And I used to work in here, but then I got out of the habit. But it's really nice sitting in here. And I'm happy that you're having a wonderful shiny day in Florida. So we're going to talk about Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. We're going to talk about kits collection. Let me just go over a few more things because we have some stuff going on here. And I have all of these updates on the side. You should see when I'm scrolling through here what this looks like. But let me see if I can just get this information up and then we can just have some fun and put everything together. So the first thing is the October host code. I'm just going to leave the information up here on the banner. For those of you who are with me live all the time, you know this information, but just in case you are new here, if this is your first time watching, shout it out. Let me know whether you're live or in the replay. But when you shop with me in the online store and you use this host code with an order over $50 or more before tax, I will send you a free embellishment in November, along with a handmade card. Okay. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. And then also, I have been mentioning this, and I just want to mention it quickly today. It is the 24th of October, which is when I am filming this. And the 35 and 35 starter kit event is ending on October 31st. So we have just a week left on that. So you can either save 35% off on the starter kit right now, or you can get 35% more in product. And if you have any questions about that, you can let me know. But you get to customize your kit and put your items in there. You know, if you have a wish list or anything like that, it's a really good time to shop that offer or that deal. Okay, so I'm going to show you where we have kits collection. Now, I will say that Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit right now is actually featured on the Stampin' Up website, but let me see if I can switch it over. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. And whenever you see they have like a carousel, it's like rotating of like all of the updates and things, you can see Christmas Countdown Kit is right here. So you can select it right from the top. But what I am going to do is take you over to menu. And then when you go to shop products, let me just make sure it's showing. Okay. So whenever you go to shop products, you can see there's an option that says Kits Paper Pumpkin or Kits Collection. This is actually under Kits Collection. So you can either do card kits or crafting kits. And I'm actually curious to see which one it is. It's probably going to be crafting kits. So let's just take a look. And it's the first one that pops up. Okay, so if for whatever reason something is not available, it will tell you that right there. So just wanted to mention that, but you can see our Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit is only $19. This is a really adorable kit. So I am going to stop the share. Let's see how my connection is looking. I think for now, we're going to stop the share just so that you know where to find it. But the more I look at this, and we'll go down to the table now so we can start putting this together. I just think that it's really, really cute. Now, there's no stamp set on this one. And the other thing that I want to say is the original way that I actually found, you know, Stampin' Up was through Paper Pumpkin, which is a different version of kits. So Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription box, and Kits Collection, they're like available all the time. You can check out Kits Collection. You can purchase as many as you want. You can see exactly everything that's in the box. With Paper Pumpkin, you get teasers. And then when you actually get your kit, you get to see more of it when you actually get it. Now, Paper Pumpkin has a stamp set in it every single month. This kit does not, and that's one of the reasons why it's only $19. But you do get like the full, if you're doing this like for Advent or something, you get the full calendar. You could always break this up and turn this into something else. And so I think what I'm going to do is actually assemble this kit as is and then get a second kit and do some alternates with that, because there are so many great pieces in this kit. So let's go over here. All right. And my table has glass on it. I don't have the really big scrap paper, so I can't like block the glass. This is, you guys might be able to see this white reflection. That's actually my light. That's my lighting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will go well in today's live. But for whatever reason, if something happens while I'm assembling this kit, you guys just shout me out and let me know, and we'll work on it. I did edit yesterday's video, and I did upload it. It's just a matter of getting everything finished and published. Okay, so here is the instruction sheet, and I'm going to do my best to make this kit as is. You can see that they have this clipped with these, and I'll go through all of the elements in the kit. But so cute with the clothespins, and they're smaller than like the normal clothespin, but really, really adorable. So we have those. And then if you look on the back, it will give you your inventory and you can go through everything. It contains supplies for 25 envelopes. So let me go ahead and show you the envelopes. And if you were here for my unboxing the other day, I did show these, but today all of our focus is going to be on this kit. So there are two different patterns. with the envelopes here, and the lighting is really good out here. This is actually printed, but it looks like material. It looks like it has texture to it. Okay, so we're going to do these. And then when you open this up, this is where they have the visual instructions for the kit, and they tell you the different steps. So I am going to do my best to follow the instructions. Sometimes I veer off course and start doing my own thing, but I'm actually going to try to stay really close to this. So let me show you the die cuts and the pieces. Okay, so we have a sheet of these. We have a sheet of these, and it has like that gold foil pop on it. Okay, we have a sheet of these. Aren't they cute? I love this. Anybody who really appreciates like the botanical aspect, or you really like the greenery aspect, you're gonna love, love, love this kit. So let me tell you how many of these you get. So we get 1, 2, this is probably the bulk of our design here. 3, 4, 5, 6. We get 6 sheets of these. And then we also get a little half sheet. I don't think I cut that. I think that came that way. Sometimes I will get into a kit and start modifying things, but I really left everything in the box. So now we have all of our number die cut pieces. So the great thing about this is if you're brand new, okay, and you get intimidated by stamping, look at all of the finished details on this, so you don't have to worry about stamping. Now, if you have Christmas stamp sets and you want to sort of add to, and you want to do some stamping on the envelopes or make mini cards to go inside, you could do that. But if you want to keep this very, very easy and very, very simple, this would be such a great thing to do at like a holiday party or like a family thing over the weekend, maybe after you guys have dinner, or if you go somewhere and you come home after, you can put a kit together. I think that that would be really fun. It would be fun to stuff these little envelopes together too. Okay, so those were our number pieces and our die cut pieces. And then we also get these. So hopefully I get some good shine on here. Let me see if I can hold it up against the envelope. And I have like a little piece of paper stuck on there. Hang on. It's really sticking. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's just that our sequins are so pretty. Okay. So here you can see that full sheet right here. I love these. I wish they sold these in like mega packs, honestly. And here, let's go ahead and get everybody's favorite. No, I'm just teasing. I actually do really love these. You get a nice, good pack of the adhesive dots. So this kit has 2 different adhesives to it. We have the dots and we also have dimensionals here. That's what came in the box. And we also have these. So we have this, which is what they would hang on. And then this, which we would make our little bows with throughout making these little bags, or not bags, envelopes, sorry. But if you do want to incorporate a few things with a kit, here's what I would recommend. A pair of scissors. So these are the paper sip scissors. Another adhesive option, right? So right here, I have my Seal Plus, but as I say this to you again, and even though I knew it was at the end yesterday, I still didn't refill it. Oh gosh, and I have a sequence here. Hold on. So there's that. But I also have my multi-purpose glue. Okay, so I usually like to have a couple of extra adhesives around, but you can always just use the adhesive that comes in the kit as well. Okay, so let's make some little envelopes here. It's super cute. Oh, look at the back. Look at how organized that is. So let's take a look at this actually. So it looks like there's version 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it looks like there's 4 different designs here that we're going to go with. I love this. So let's focus on that. And it looks like they're telling us how many embellishments for each set as well, which is really nice. Okay, so up here, these are the actual steps that we would do. So let's just go ahead and do that. And let's see if I can stay Let's see if I can stay on track. All right. Yeah, when hold on one second. Let me see if I can pop this out. There are some really delicate die cut pieces here, so I would say just be careful removing these so that you don't rip your die cut. It should be totally fine. Now, my brain is already wanting to do alternates. So one of the things that I would do is I would actually cut out the center with a die and turn it into a wreath. I'm not even kidding. But I love their option for layering too. So we're going to do one. Okay. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing? Teresa says she loves this kit too. And then let's get I love these bows. Oh my gosh. I love printed bows. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but they're so easy. Okay. So we have this one here. So here are our first steps. Looks like this is the one that is the material piece. Okay. And it looks like they want this over the flap on the front, if I'm seeing this correctly. So let's take a look and see. And it looks like all of the fronts are decorated so that when they open the flap, and for me, I'll be honest, I would actually decorate the back. I would hang it like this, decorate the back, and then when they would turn it around, they could just open the flap. But putting it on the front flap is probably a good way to prevent people from peeking before they should get in there and see what's in that actual kit. Okay, so, or in that particular the envelope. All right, so it looks like we could do all of these at the same time. So I say let's do that. Let's go through and do all of our, and that must be why they've arranged them this way, where we have them in circles, rectangles, and then the gold pieces. So it's saying the light and the darker green. And I think that these colors are actually Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, and Brushed Gold Foil. Hey, I did pretty good on that. Okay. So let me go back to our little picture here. I like this picture. And let's do this. All right. So we're going to get all of our little wreaths out first. I should have bought two of these. I should have, right when I ordered it, I should have gotten two. Okay. Take that out. These out. All right. So it's probably been a while since I told this story, but a long time ago, I used to craft all the time. And I would do very, very elaborate projects. And when I had Connor, that all stopped. And I know that that's like a typical season of life, right? We all go through that. Like when you get really busy in a certain season of life, if you have kids, a major life change, something like that. But I was really, really missing crafting. And when Connor got his diagnosis, for anybody who goes through like a life-changing diagnosis, and when he got his autism diagnosis, I was feeling just really overwhelmed, because that's when you start learning about everything and all of the therapies and all of the services and everything that's available, and it can be a lot for any family. So I was just feeling really tired and really overwhelmed, and I didn't want to get any of my stuff out of storage. I had put all of my craft stuff out of storage. It was like over the course of, 3 years. And I just missed it so much. But the thought of pulling all of my craft stuff out, pulling all of the tools out, pulling all the papers out, it was so overwhelming to me. I just didn't bother. I just didn't do it. So when I heard about Paper Pumpkin, I was like, everything is right inside this little box, and I should just be able to put the pieces together right inside that box and just be done with it. And long story short, Paper Pumpkin was how I got back into crafting again. It was not only how I got back into crafting again, but it really helped me through a really, really hard time, those little kits. And so in the last few months, I've been paying more attention to Kit's collection. I've just been really loving what I've been seeing with these kits. And I'm going to try to do this so that you guys can see me assembling these while I'm chatting. But I was just thinking to myself, like, I am absolutely, it's just what I'm seeing with Kit's collection is reminding me so much of when I first got back to Paper Pumpkin. And one of the particular things that I loved about this is that maybe we don't always have time to stamp, you know, maybe this is something that we're introducing to somebody in our lives, you know, somebody who's having a change or somebody who's home, especially like, you know, Connor was just home for a week and he was very bored. And sometimes we need things to keep our kids busy when they're home, you know, at unexpected times or when they're not feeling well. And so something like this could be really nice. But it just reminded me of that story. And I was like, I'll probably tell that story again, like when I'm on here, because it's true. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of the red sequins. Now I didn't bring my take your pick tool out here, so I'm just going to use my hand, but I'm going to start gluing these pieces down. It looks like they're saying to do 3 dimensionals. So with the shadow being behind, I'm assuming they want the dimensional on the round piece. And then the 3 little dots, I guess, would be for the bow, but there's a shadow behind the bow too. So let me take a look and see. Let's see what it says. Oh, 3 little dots on the wreath. And then cut the dimensional in half and put it on the ribbon. Is that what that? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're supposed to double up the wreath. Oh, I didn't even realize that. See, okay. So here's where I would change my mind on that. Okay. And this is why it's important to read instructions, which you guys can tell I don't always do. So for me, I would want to double up the kit and I would want to use these as individual pieces, but it is beautiful and flourishing when we do it in this way. So what we're going to do is line it up so that we have like every other. Okay. So when these two get sandwiched together, that's where we're going to use our adhesive dots, but I'm going to make it a little bit quicker and just use my glue wherever I put it. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to do what they say. I'm going to do what they're suggesting. And we'll put these together. Okay, so you can see there's the difference between if it was just by itself and doubled up with that one on the back. All right, and then let's do that for each one. All right, so if you are ever feeling stuck, you know, in terms of feeling creative, I would always recommend a kit. And a lot of times the people who watch like the alternate projects that I do with Paper Pumpkin, I will always tell them at least put one of each of the cards together first, because that can really get all of the ideas flowing for whatever alternates you're going to make. And I think that that's absolutely true of Kit's collection too. So it's been a tough 2 weeks around here, you know. It's been a tough couple of years around here, but particularly like when we get kind of thrown off schedule with him being sick and then everything gets thrown out of whack. Like this is a perfect time for Kit's collection for me. So you guys can, you know, if you want to share your thoughts on that, you know, what you like to use kits for, or if you gift kits. I know that they're a popular gift around this time of year and it's an under $20 gift, which is awesome. But yeah, that's what I love so much about Kit's collection. So just a little bit of a story today while we're working with this one. Okay, and then let me get this one. All right. It's just funny to me how much this is killing me that I'm layering these. Here we go. All right. There we go. And then I have one more. But I'll tell you, it starts to move, you know, quickly you start to see all those die cuts disappearing. All right, and I decided to keep the lighter one on top. You could probably alternate these, but I just did them all the same way. Okay, so that's that part of it. And then let's go ahead and do our, we're going to do dimensionals. Okay. Hi, Elsa. How are you? She's saying good morning from Texas. And she said, Penny says, it's killing me watching you layer them. It's killing me too, Penny. Why? I don't know why, but it's killing me. But we're going to do it. We're going to follow the directions. We're going to do what they say. But I agree with you. I would absolutely be, if it were my way, I would not be doing that. But as I say this, I mean, some of you with your style, layering those pieces together might be exactly, you know, what you like to do. So I know, I hear you. Okay, so we're going to pop these on. And I mean, we know it's going to be beautiful. So, but it's just funny the way that our brains work, because I'm so used to stretching out kits. Okay. And if I make any mistakes today, I apologize in advance. Okay. Because I definitely skip directions sometimes. Penny, that's so funny. I'm going to be laughing about that comment all day. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Okay. Is that the 6 or the 9, do we think? I think it's the 6, right? Or is that the 9? That might be the 9. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's 9. Okay. So there's this one. And then I think they told me to cut these in half to put on the bow. So let me just double check that. Yeah. So you see right up here, it says just cut it in half and pop it on the bow. We're gonna do what they suggest. Okay. So let me get my scissors here. And one way that we can do this quickly, you could either work from the end or just cut a row in half. And that's what I'm going to do. Just going to cut a row right in half, and we'll start here and start popping these bows on the back. It's been a long time since I put a full kit together and alive. I'm actually kind of excited. Okay. And let's see. Just going to put them here on the bow. So here's how I'm doing it. All right, and then I'll put these on here. That is so cute. I love this kit. It's so cute. I wonder if they're ever going to do something like this for Paper Pumpkin, where it's like a countdown calendar. Probably not. It's usually like a treat box. This is one of the reasons why it's great to have Kids Collection too. But they either usually do treat containers, or the majority of the time it's cards. But a couple of times a year we'll get like a little 3D kit. Okay. There we go. And I'll tell you, the minute you start, getting into this, it does start to feel like Christmas, doesn't it? It's like the minute you get into that Christmas crafting mode. And I saw online yesterday, somebody said we have 10 Sundays until Christmas. Now, I was like, there's no way, she's wrong. Okay. And I'm literally in a crafting industry where we craft ahead. Okay. And even I didn't realize it was that close. 10 Sundays. So I went and I counted, and of course she was right. I mean, why would she post something that's not right? So yeah, it's just one of those things where we need to start on it earlier than we think. And it's really starting to get down to crunch time with the Halloween projects. And I am way ahead from what I normally am because of the 12 weeks of Halloween, but still have more that I got to get done. And I ordered a game. Parents were allowed to volunteer for the little party that they're having on Halloween at the school. And my thing that came up that I got was a Halloween game. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of cornhole, but I thought that that would be something nice and easy for the kids because some of the kids have like dexterity issues and stuff. So it's really cute and it has like a little Halloween theme to it. So that should be arriving soon. But super, super cute. Okay. I wanted to do the craft and another parent beat me to it. So that's the way it goes in school. All right, here we go. But they're doing Halloween Spirit Week at school, and he was allowed to wear his Halloween jammies to school yesterday, and he got a new pair for his birthday. So that was fun. And I have to cut another row here. It looks like, oh, here, I have one little piece left here. I'm just cutting these in half, just these little leftover pieces. But he was really thrilled to go to school in his little jammies. And then today, he was able to do Halloween socks. So he wore a pair of bat socks to school today. So I am definitely at that point where I'm ready for some holiday stuff. I can't wait until they start doing like some turkey activities, like little turkey crafts and things. And then, doing like the little Christmas activities and things that they do. I love that. I love when they do like the little, like build a snowman stuff. Their little crafts that they send home are so cute. This one isn't very sticky, so I'm going to just add a little stick to that. Hang on. I knew that was going to be weird because it's not flat. Whoops. It's the very end of my thing, so let's try and see if that works. Okay. All right, so we have those. We still need number 1, and I'm missing a wreath. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, I'm missing a wreath. So we got this one. Let's do that. And let's see. Put this one together. Got to do number 1. Can't do the whole thing without number 1. I probably should have alternated these. My brain doesn't want to. Okay. I have a little extra piece. So if you have those little pieces, you can just pop those out. All right. And then let's go back to our dimensionals. Okay. And one more bow. Where is the number 1? Here it is. Okay, so we're going to do a full dimensional for our number 1. And let's go ahead and pop these on for our bows. All right. The question is, am I going to be able to get them all on camera, all 25 when they're done? So we're going to pop that on. And then our next step would be the sequins. And it says 6 sequins for each wreath. So we're just going to kind of go around in a row. I'm gonna keep it like I'm not really gonna scatter them. I'm just gonna kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, but you guys can do however works best for you. But yeah, let me know. Raise your hand. Leave me a comment if you are an assembly line crafter. I would love to hear. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. I'm already deviating. I'm putting on 7. Okay. I'm probably going to fall short somewhere. I'll just have to substitute with another embellishment, but I love them so much. Look at that. It is beautiful. Penny, I know it was killing us, but it is really, really pretty. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of these. But I could make it an entirely different live as to how to extend the life of this. So 6 could become 12. And if you want to get out a circle die cut, whichever circle die cut you prefer, you could turn it into 12 wreaths and do 12 different like wreath cards or projects. I think that would be absolutely stunning. Okay. have a little piece of paper here too, but you know what? I'll get that later. We're going to try to keep it moving. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you guys have the enamel effects, the pearlized enamel dots, or the metallic ones, we have pearlized and the metallics. They each come in a set of 3. One is like gold, copper, and silver, I think. And the other one is white, black, and red. And those could make absolutely beautiful berries for wreaths. So that could be another good alternate. Okay. And I'll check comments here in just a minute. I'm wondering if I should call this a lunchtime live. I don't know if this is a time that works for everybody or if I should try to do this at a different time. 12 o'clock seems to be the time that's working best right now. And it looks like the internet is definitely better out here. So Penny says, I can see turning over the number and stamp on the backs. Yes, Penny, that's a great idea. So if you don't need the numbers, that is exactly right. That could be great. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Almost done with these, and then we'll move on to the next round. 2, 3. I don't know why I feel the need to count out loud. I'm constantly doing like counting activities and things like that with Connor. So that might be why. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you know what? That looks okay. So we're going to leave it. And every time we do a number puzzle and Connor gets to the number, 6 or 9, he's constantly checking. He's constantly like flipping it in reverse and trying to figure out which one it is. It always stops him in his tracks. And usually they're like color coded, on like number puzzles and things, but it even caught me on this kit. Okay. Has anybody started their Christmas crafting yet? Like, have you started making your Christmas cards yet? Let me know. And you know what I want to know? I want to know if you guys are doing Thanksgiving cards. Okay, so here's number 2, and let's take a look at it this way. So number 2 is the holly berry cluster, the 2 leaves, and then these gold banners with this pattern envelope. Now, I'm really struggling to put these actually on the front of the envelope. Like, I want to put it on the back. And I think I'm just going to do it my way because I think it's really going to bother me. What I would do is like a closure back here and maybe like a little embellishment or a little stamp and have it say something. I'm trying so hard to like be cool about it, but I really think that that's what I'm going to do. So I would kind of like to pop this up with a dimensional, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is just glue it right to the envelope. So just so that I stay on track with which envelope these go with, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. Now I could always, if you just do a little bit of glue, you could always remove it later, separate it out and turn it into something else if you change your mind or if you want to do something different. But your envelope will probably be damaged unless you put like a different piece over top of it. So they're all the same envelope, right? Yes. All right. So for these, let's go ahead and put these on. I'm just going to do just like a little bit in the center, just in case I change my mind later. And I'm just going to fold this so that we know where that crease is. And I want to try to do this so that the number is straight, obviously. Okay. And we get these. All right, we're just going to fold these. So for anybody who got that September paper pumpkin kit, it's the exact same pattern on those bags. So really, really good way that you can mix and match and do alternates with that September kit. So if you're still working through that, this would match back perfectly. I should have grabbed one of those bags so that we could have looked at that. Maybe I'll just have to do a separate alternate video. I feel like that's what's going to end up happening. Okay. And we'll just line them all up numerically in the end. Okay. There we go. And this is like the second time in like 2 weeks that I misunderstood directions. When I was doing the nested boxes, I couldn't understand why I had double the amount of boxes that the quantity told me. And it's literally in the name, because it's a nested box and 2 make 1 box. So that was cracking me up for a couple of days too. I was like, maybe I just need a little vacation. Maybe, maybe my brain just needs a little break. But I'm like, no, I don't want to do less. I want to do more lives. But yeah, I've just been really, really missing the live schedule. And I would love to be able to get back to a place where I'm doing this at a regular time every week. And these projects are done in advance. That would just be lovely. So hopefully we can get back to that. Okay. Here we go. I knew I was going to start doing my, I knew I was going to start doing my own thing. All right. And there's probably a reason that they go on the front, but too late. All right, there we go. This kit is really, really beautiful. Okay, so for the next section, it was the gold. Let's see. Be careful with multi-purpose glue and the gold foil, because it can, if you get messy with the glue, you can get fingerprints on it. So it's saying the holly on the flap. Okay, so I just want to show you the difference between how they're saying to do it and how I'm going to do it. And I get it, because if you look at this, it lines right up with the front of the envelope. Okay, so it makes total sense that you would line that up and do it that way, but I still want to put it on the back. So this is what the leaves look like. And just to be clear, these are all duo leaves. So it's not like I see a single and then a duo, which sometimes we do see with the design. It's literally this piece. And it looks like what they're doing is they're decorating the holly right on the clip, right on the little clip here. So let's take a look and see. Hello, Patricia. Good morning from Montana, she says. Teresa says, I was thinking the smaller circle die cut stamped with joy or a small sentiment would work on the circles with the numbers, so that the wood grain is, it is a frame, so that the wood grain is a frame. That is a great idea, Teresa. Yes, for some Christmas cards, I'm making table pieces for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's going to be great. You have 30 people, so you use long tables. That's awesome. I'm mixing up bags, tricks and treats, die. Oh, I see. Crackers and boxes, just in the idea stage, but ready to start making them this week. That's awesome, Teresa. You'll have to post some pictures and let us know how it turns out. So can you see the way that they have this lined up, and they're saying to put the dots right on the clip? So here's where I'm going to do this differently. I don't want it on the clip. So just know this is how they're telling you to do it, and this is how cute it would look right on the front if you do it that way. I'm going to do mine a little bit different. I'm going to do mine on the back. I just want to do it on the back. So I'm going to turn these around, and it looks like you can actually line the berries right up with this die cut. And I like things that line up like this. Okay, so that just makes me happy when I see that. And then of course you could make that dimensional if you would want to. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the design that they are showing right here. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 10, 14, and 18. So 2, 4, 6. All right, so all of the bigger gold banners is what we're pulling off at this point. And we'll save those smaller numbers for the next section. Okay, I love, love, love that they designed that curve to go with the envelope. I think that's such a fantastic idea. It speaks so much to the design and the design team when they do things like that. That's awesome. I think what I'm going to do, however, is put this up on dimensionals. If I have to go grab my own dimensional sheet, I will. But let's see how far I can get with this. And I'm going to use full-size dimensionals here. All right. And you could do some background stamping on these envelopes. I think that that would be beautiful. You could actually emboss them if you would want to. I'm going to go a little bit lower on the envelope here so that we have a place for our clip. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the holly right here. I'm going to put it right onto the banner piece. Okay, so that's just like my version. That's how I would like to do it. And I think what I'm going to do is put it slightly off center. So I'm going to glue these berries right down in line with our holly. And then we'll do all 6 this way. So let me just pop that on. I love holly. I love wreaths, particularly on card projects. I love poinsettias. I grew up with cats, so we were never allowed to have poinsettias, like live ones, but I just always thought they were so beautiful, especially when you would see like all the poinsettias lined up in church. But yeah, so the question is, do I want to do another dimensional here? And I kind of do. I think what I'm going to do is pop the dimensional right on the back of the holly. Do it so that it's slightly coming off of the envelope there. All right, so that's how I'm going to do mine. And it looks like for this version, they do not have any of the sequins. Okay, so if you'd want to add your sequins, you could, but it's not recommending it here. So we're just going to go ahead and pop out all of our little holly pieces. I'm going to put the sequins over to the side for now. Get these little bits. The one thing I didn't do was I have like one of those little Stampin' Up garbage cans with a little paper one, or not paper, but material. And I did not bring it out here with me. So we're going to use these. And let's pop out our holly. Okay. 12:45. Teresa says, I'll post pictures. It's hard to think Thanksgiving when all these beautiful Christmas sets are out. That's so true. And I feel like Thanksgiving and New Year's get skipped over a little bit. Like some of us do a couple of things, you know. Scrapbookers, I think, really do very well with like every single holiday, particularly in terms of like planning and layouts and things like that. But with cards, they can get a little bit lost. It's true for Halloween too. I was surprised to hear so many people say that they do make Halloween cards. I was actually thrilled by that. But for those that jump right into holiday, like I certainly understand that too. All right, so I'm going to glue all these berries down at once, trying to keep this in our assembly style mode. I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying on camera here. Am I still in camera? Yes. Every time I move my space, I get a little off kilter with my placement, because I'm always moving my camera and my stand around. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, if you, let's see, they have this broken up, 1, 2, 3. They have that broken up into 4 designs. So if you had 4 people and you just each took like a set, you could each make the set and be done in like a fraction of the time. How fun would that be? This would be great for class. Okay. Did anybody get that birthday organizer? That was another thing in the kids collection that I thought was absolutely genius. I never did order it, but I would love, love, love to work with that or another set with that theme where they have like the little pocket organizers and you get to make all the birthday cards. So smart, especially going into 2024. Okay. Here we go. Leave it to me. Leave it to me with the glue. Just make sure I don't touch the foil for a second. Okay. All right, so we got those, and I'm gonna pop a dimensional onto just the berry part. You could definitely use more than that. I'm probably definitely going to have to go get my end dimensionals. Let's see how far it takes us. Just know that this is because I'm deviating from the plan. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop these right on here. I'm so happy that I did this. I'm so happy I decided to just assemble the kit. I think it's so beautiful. Go. All right. And then let's get our envelopes here. And again, I'm going to sort of fold them a little bit so that we know where the crease is. All right, and then we're going to flip all of these over and pop these on dimensionals and put these on. Here we go. Just for the sake of trying to conserve, I'm going to try to keep it to 2 for each banner. I think I did 3 on the first one. 2 should be okay. Depends on how many years you want to use this. I have an advent calendar that I did with a now retired gingerbread stamp set, and I still have it. I keep it. We get it out each year, but it's always fun to make new ones too. Okay. Go. Isn't that beautiful? And it is, just to show you guys with the metallic, I don't know if you can see that it's aligned. Like it does look brushed. It is like a brushed metallic. So if you love that brushed metallic cardstock that we had for the last couple of years, you're going to love the foil on that. Okay. Whoops, I just moved my camera. Sorry, everybody. And when I move my camera, or when I move my computer, my wire on my computer is being weird. So let me just make sure that my charger is working here. And I'll check comments too while I'm checking that. But that section is done, which is awesome. Okay, so hang on. Let me just, there we go. All right, good. Okay, so the next one is going to be these wooden banners with like these, it looks like a swag almost, or we can call it like a branch. So we need numbers, just going to move all, I have like a big pile of dimensional leftover pieces here. So we're going to do 3, 7, 11, 15. Anything that has a wood grain pattern to it, I'm all about it. You guys know I love trees. Love, 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 love. Absolutely. And this looks a little bit aged, looks a little bit worn, just to kind of show this to you a little more close up. Like look at you can see a lot of detail on that, but I love that the number is large and it is very easy to see. Okay. So there's that. We're going to be using this sort of textured pattern for this particular one. And then we're going to pop out all of our branches now. So let's go ahead and get this. And on Tuesdays, this is for demonstrators, but on Tuesdays, we have something that we call updates. Like they do weekly updates to keep us up to date on everything and just let us know what's going on. And I always check it before I go live. And I actually didn't check it yet today. So I'm so sorry about that. If there's any information that I missed that's super important, I'll post it in the replay email. Okay, so I'm just making my little piles right now, but just so that I can stop for a second, if you can see, look at how detailed that is, the cut on that. Isn't that beautiful? That would make such a great layering piece on so many different card projects. And I mean, really just stands out because of the detail on that. And just so that you guys can see a little bit closer, here is the difference in the colors. Okay. All right. So we have those. Oh, I have a couple more. Sorry. Let's see. A bunch more. Do I layer these too? Oh my gosh. I think I layer these too. Oh man. Really challenging my, I don't have OCD, and I wouldn't make jokes about that because I know it's very serious, but it's definitely challenging my design style. Let's put it that way. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's see what the design looks like for this one. I'm going to just scoot these envelopes out of the way until it's time to bring them all back together. So for number 3, this goes across the bottom panel. They're saying to use the little adhesive dots. They are saying to layer this. Oh, that is what we are going to do. And then use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the sequins and create little bows. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. I'm going to stick to decorating the backs of my envelopes in front of the fronts instead of the fronts. Just want it to be that way. So let me get 6, right? 6 of these. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Can you guys still hear me? Every Tuesday I forget about that alarm. Hopefully you can still hear me. And if you see this wire, that's my headphones. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. But it says that it's lost the connection to my mic, but I think that that's on my phone, which isn't a big deal. At least I hope it isn't. But that reminder alarm is going to pop up, so I'll just have to deal with that when it comes up. I don't want to lose the connection to my phone right now. Okay. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to use my multi-purpose glue for this, but you could also use your Seal Plus, however you would want to do this. So we're going to turn to this page now, and we'll focus on this one. I'm going to focus it like in the center on each one. Now, again, they're saying to actually decorate the close clip. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it directly onto my envelope. I don't want to put too much glue on these just in case I want to remove it later. Because I do repurpose projects sometimes. I don't know if you guys do that. I do that. Okay. I was trying not to get adhesive off on the side of the envelope there. And this one looks a little bit crooked. Ah, there we go. That's better. Okay. And then number 3. Did it again. I'm going too close to the edge, I guess. Okay. Got that one. Let's get this one. Okay. And 19 will be our last one here. There goes 19. All right. And then it's saying to assemble these with the adhesive dots. And this time I am going to do that. I'm going to listen to them on this one because these pieces are so intricate. Okay, so let's set those off to the side and let's work on pairing these. Now, again, looks like they have that lighter piece in the front, and I am going to go with their design on that. Okay, so I'm just going to try to put it right up towards the top of the branch here. Okay. There we go. Almost like a shadow layer is what that looks like. Okay. Just excuse all these little dots if they get all these little leftover pieces. I usually sweep them into the trash, but I don't have it here. Okay, so there's 2. Just going to try to separate these a little bit. I don't think it's the end of the world if they get bent. You're not really going to notice. I cut my my thumbnail really short, and now I can't get my little backing off. It's usually not an issue for me, but I know a lot of people will remove the backing with their take your pick tool. So that is another tool I would recommend if it's something that you happen to have in your, in your craft room or your crafting space. But if you don't worry about it. It is a very handy tool though. All right, and then I'm just gonna layer that. And 2 more. I'm tempted to just use 1 dot. I just want to see how that goes. Might not be enough adhesive, so just you could go, and you could always put a dot like closer down to the center too if you want. But I think the idea is that even though we can see this adhesive a little bit, we can cover it with the bow. Okay, so they want to put this right on the clip. I'm actually going to put it like on here. So let me see if I can do another dot on the back here. Okay. And you could use your seal or your Seal Plus for this too. One thing about the Seal Plus is it really likes to be on a flat surface, so it might not go smoothly on this. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on. Pop that on. Okay. There we go. Just pop all 4 of these on. I'm trying to stay close to where I put the original adhesive so that it's kind of, we're concealing it all in the same spot. But it is hard to see it through the branches, I will say. I don't know if that's translating on screen. But this would make, I mean, you could very easily turn this into a set of 25 cards. You would need to have your own cardstock for card bases, but you could just trim these out, turn these into layers, and turn these into cards if you don't need a countdown kit. And we're just going to pop these on. Isn't this, I mean, it's so fun to watch this come together. Look at that. So here are some of these pieces here. All right. And then we're going to put this one down. This one down. Okay. The next part will be our sequins. And it says 5. So let's just do 1, 2. And I'm going to try to keep this like consistent in terms of the way that I put it down. 3, 4, 5. Okay. If you guys can hear my phone alarm going off, just ignore that. I don't know how many minutes I have it set to snooze, but I really got to turn that off. Particularly if I'm going to start going live on Tuesdays regularly. I mean, do these sequins make it or what? Oh my gosh. Look at, I just love sparkle. And the red on these is just so beautiful. Okay. Okay. 4, 5. I'm so happy they gave us a full pack of sequins like this. These are beautiful. Okay, and 0, 1, 2. Here I go with the counting. The things that you learn about yourself when you're filming. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. 3, 4. Oh my, I love this kit. I think this is so beautiful. Okay, so here are these. And then the next part would be the bows. Now, I will admit to you, while I do love that they have this combination of like textures, you can see there's a little piece of tape that's closing this twine. So I'm just going to pull this up. It almost looks like braided thread. Let me see if I can show this to you. Yeah, you see that? See the way that that looks? So like our standard twine is usually like very thin. This one is a little bit thicker and it does look braided. I don't know if that's picking up or not on screen because I'm looking at a tiny phone camera, but you guys will have to let me know. So it's flat and it's a little bit thick. I would say probably about like a 1/16 of an inch or about an 1/8 of an inch. Let's see. Yep, here you find. Oh, great. Hi, Darla. How are you doing? Penny says, I'm counting with you. That's so funny. I know, Penny, you and I, we must have very similar brains. Okay, so they're saying 11 inches is what you would use for each one of these. And if you look here, you can see that they have a ruler right alongside our instruction sheet right here. So you don't even have to have a ruler. You could just use the instruction sheet. And it looks like they have it in actually 2 different measurements. Isn't that cool? So we have these on the one side, these on the other. So let me go here. So we'll go 8, 9, 10, 11-ish. Cut. And let's see if I can. I feel like it's going to take me 30 minutes just to tie these bows. So let's see if I can do this fairly quickly. I usually don't need as much as they recommend. And even when I'm writing my own like designs or PDF tutorials, I usually recommend more ribbon than what's needed just so, to be safe. But let's see how this looks. Really beautiful. Look at that. Ties nicely, so that's good to know. Okay, and then it recommends using a little dot to secure it. So let's try that. I feel like that's too big. Don't you guys think that that's too big? I really think that that's too much. I don't think I need all that. That's pretty. That looks good. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then we'll put one more adhesive dot on here. And let's pop this on. And then, yeah, I really don't think my bow needs to be bigger than that. And I'm just going to trim some of that off. So maybe not 11 inches, maybe 8. I'm going to try a little bit less and see if I like it better. Okay. I just don't feel like it needs to be that big. Now, if you're looking at, you know, this decoration from like across the room or something, then okay. But I'm fine with it being actually a little bit smaller. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. So we'll just go with this. I love the combination of like cherry cobbler and red with the difference between the ribbon here or the thread. I'll have to see what they're technically calling it on here because I feel like I'm calling it the wrong thing. But with the pop of red versus like this little cherry cobbler color. And look, my shirt matches. I didn't even do that on purpose. Okay. I can tell you of all of the envelopes, this one's taking me the longest, which you have probably gathered yourself. But this one seems to be the most work so far. So whoever is your detail-oriented person is the one who gets this envelope. And they get this assignment. And you can trim these down if you want to, just for the sake of time. I'm trying to keep it moving, but I would want to try to get a handle on this or trim it. Okay. And let's do a couple more. Yeah, I mean, I want to save some of this for something else. This is really pretty. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so we have this one. I have such a hard time talking and tying bows at the same time. It's like I'm going to start making a joke about it. I should have done these before I went live, but the whole idea is for you guys to see real time what it's like making one of these kits. Of course, I'm doing lots of talking in between, but you get the idea. Okay. We just don't need all that. So let's put that over there. Okay, And Darla says, you could set a block on it and it may straighten out. Oh, yes, Darla, that is such a smart idea. And I did not bring my blocks out here, but just in case anybody is new here, Darla is talking about our clear blocks that we use for our stamps. If you set a clear block on it, which they have a good amount of weight to them, then that will help to straighten out like your twine or your ribbon when it's really curly. That is a great, great tip. I cut this one really short, didn't I? Okay. This is why you measure. Okay. So be like Stampin' Up's directions and you'll do just fine. All right. We're going to pop that one on. Okay. And the little adhesive dots are getting out of control here, so I'm just going to slide them over to that side of the table with all my little scraps. Okay. Now let's do this one. Okay. And I think this is it for the twine bows. So really, you only need 6. This alarm on my phone is driving me crazy. Okay, here we go. All right. I have a training at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, but I'm probably going to have to watch them on replays now if I'm going to be going live on Tuesdays. We'll see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Scoot. And let's pop this one on. And I'm just going to trim that. Okay. All right, so there's these, and then let's go ahead and we'll move on to our last envelope, and then I will lay all of these out in the end. Why don't you guys, if you have any idea for what you would put on the insides, just leave it in the comments for me, because I am definitely trying to think of things that I can put in here. Gift cards, obviously, but we're certainly not putting 25 days of gift cards in this, particularly not for Connor, but I'll probably do something more kiddish for him. So I'm not quite sure who this would be for yet, but I love the idea of decorating a tree with it, like a small tree. Little notes, you could do like little like notes, like gratitude notes in there. You could do chocolates in there. Where is that? Here it is. Okay, so here's our last one. It's the poinsettia. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. We're going to get our little poinsettias, and the poinsettias have leaves, and we're also going to do our numbers. I love the cut on that. I love the cut. That is so beautiful. Okay. I would love to see more like intricately cut pieces like this type of design, because those of us who love die cutting and love all those different shapes and layers, like this is so much fun. I would love to see a die or a punch even in that style. Okay. And so we're going to pop out these leaves. And it looks like this one does not call for sequins. So just a heads up, this is how many sequins that you have left over. We have twine left over, or braided thread. I'll have to look and see what the actual name of that is. We did use up all of our wreaths by doubling them up. We used them up. We did use the swags or the branches, whichever you want to call those. We did use up the die cut bows. Okay, it looks like we're going to use up all of our poinsettias here because there are 6. Definitely used up our numbers. And it looks like we're going to use up our envelopes too. So not as much leftovers in this kit as we would typically see. But alternates, yeah, Penny, I know you're already thinking what I'm thinking. Alternates with these. So my recommendation, if you can swing it or if it's in your budget, do 2 of these. do 2 of these. Do an actual countdown kit if you're planning on doing it for a countdown kit, and then have one so that you can make extras. Okay. Now, if you're not going to hang them with this, you'll have a full spool of this. But if you're going to follow the kit and hang them up, then you could do that. Okay. So that's what we need for this. And then let's see what it looks like on the inside. Okay. Dimensional poinsettia. Glue it right onto the close clip is what they're saying. And then number in the lower corner like that. I'm going to keep doing my alternate version where I'm actually decorating the back and I am not decorating the close clip, but totally up to you guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take all of our leaves and we'll put our dimensional on each one of these. Okay. I'm going to take the backing off. All right, and then we're going to stick our poinsettias right on top. Okay, I don't know if that's like the best placement for my poinsettia, but I'm going to leave it because it's stuck it down. Let me just kind of circle around and see if I'm liking the look of this. So maybe kind of like that. Might like that better. And let's see. Yeah, I kind of like it so that like this little V is kind of meeting in with the leaves. Okay. It's just my personal preference there. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So we have that going. Now I do want to put my numbers on dimensionals as well. Looks like they're saying to put the dots on the dimensionals, like just to put it flat, but I'm going to pop mine up. I'm getting down to the ends here on mine. Okay. And let's just get our envelopes. And I am going to follow their design, putting it lower right corner. The reason those are sticking to my table is because they're half off. Here, half off of the die cut. Okay, and then that alarm's probably going to be going off here in another minute. Just ignore it. Okay. All right. And then I will most likely position mine like this. So just so that it's like slightly above the number. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit more in terms of a dimensional on each one of these. Just going to kind of pop it on the back like that. Just bring it slightly over. Oh. It's getting away from me. Okay, here we go. There it is. Ignore that. Okay. Almost there. And then we'll line all of these up together. Look, right to the end of my pack. So really great use of our little dimensional pack there. Got us through the whole countdown kit. And I definitely used more than what was recommended. Looks like I needed just a little extra piece on this one. So let me just relocate that. Okay. And there we go. There we go. I love the way that that nests in like that. Okay. This was the one that was a little bit off. I put it on the other side. Okay, so let me just push this over with my scraps, and then let's go ahead and put all of these in order. This is how many of the adhesive dots I have left. So that's also awesome. Now I'm not going to unspool that string, but I am going to do the little clips. Okay, now I am a fan of decorating the clips, but I would personally decorate them with something else. Okay. But just for the sake of consistency here and for using the elements of our kit, and let's go ahead and start arranging our numbers. And I'll clip these on as we go. Okay, so I think number 1 is over here. So let's see if we can find it. Let's see if I can fit them all on the screen. Oh, here's one. Okay, so here's 1, 4, let's see, 12, 16, then we'll go lower for 20, 24. Here we go with the numbers again. You know, I can't help myself. Okay, here we go. We'll do 21 down here, 25. Okay, here's 5. So 1, 4, 5. And here's our most complicated envelope, the fanciest one. 11. It'll come together, I promise. Okay, 21, 24, 25. And I'll push these up as we're getting better arrangements here. Here's 7. We're doing better with the, I'm like, I can't find any of the early numbers. Okay. All right, 23. Here's 3. Okay. We're getting somewhere. All right, so 23, 21, 23, 24, 19, 15, 15, 9, 17. Okay. It's 18, 3. Okay, so 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Here's 6. Here's 2. Yay. Okay. We're getting there. I do not want to put this on my metallic. Okay. I just don't want it to dent it. It'll probably be fine. Okay. 1, 2, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll do 8 up here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Scooch that in. Okay, so they might not be perfect, but you get the idea. Okay. 22. 14. And 10. Oh, here's 13 over here. Okay. All right, 9, 10. Okay, so hopefully, I feel like this is an impossible task to get these all on the screen. But let's see, 18, here's 17. Okay, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just trying to watch myself in the camera so that you guys can see all of these. But there's so many, and they're such a great size that I'm having trouble actually fitting them all on screen. Isn't that cool? Okay, hang on. I'm going to come back around to you. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that I put that together just the way that it was. I feel like I really would have missed out if I wouldn't have done that. That's just my own personal feeling. Okay, so here we go. That was the picture. So here's what I didn't do. I did not use this string, so I still have that full spool right here. Okay, so I haven't even touched this one. But they decorated the clothespins. I did not. They decorated all of the front flaps. I decorated the backs. So those are probably the main things that I changed. But absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to tuck this like right down in the bottom. Let's see. I'm just going through comments, you guys. Let's see. Hello from Janesville, Minnesota. Hello, Darla. And she said, she was the one who gave us the tip about the block. That's right. Becky says, is this being recorded? I joined late. Yes, it is, Becky. And I will make sure that the full replay is available. I am so thrilled to say that I did not have any technical difficulties today, so I do not have to edit this. An activity to do that day or the next day, like watch a Christmas movie, make cookies, only personalized to what you do with Connor. Oh, Teresa, I love that. I'm going to show this comment. I absolutely love that. Yes. And with Connor, he has a very short attention span. So the way that I would do this with him, so, if you have kids who have like special needs or dexterity issues, anything like that, you could do this in very small groups. So what I would do is I would give him 3 and I would do 3. And I would actually only give him 1 step. So I would just say, buddy, can you put the numbers on? And then he could run off and play and do whatever he wanted. And then the next time he came back, I would be like, okay, let's pop our flower on. So that's how I would do that with him. Let me see if I can come back around. But for those of you who have kiddos who can just full blown sit down and knock this out in, one movie in one sitting, like I bake, I'm a baker. I love to make cookies. If you bake, like if you have the cookies going, you got the hot chocolate going, you got the Christmas movie, the Christmas jammies, and then each of you just take 6 of these, I think that would be so much fun. So yeah, I'm so thrilled with this kit. I really, really love this. I'll see if I can get some pictures and everything. I'm still working on the recording from yesterday. And so again, I might be a little bit delayed, but hopefully I can get the replay out. And Becky, this will be available. Sorry, you guys. You know what? I'll switch it to, yep, there we go. Can you still see me? Hopefully. Okay. Yeah. It just turned off on its own, which is fine. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for being here with me today. I had so much fun putting this kit together with you. You're so welcome. And I'm so happy you got a good look at it. I'm so happy that I got a good look at it. If you guys have any questions at all about the Rustic Christmas Kit, anything like that, let me know. Again, here is my October host code. Now, for those of you who have been thinking about getting the starter kit during the special that they're having this month for their 35th anniversary, where you can either save 35% or add 35% more to your starter kit, things like this, when you're, you might have a wish list of certain things that you want to get. You might want to get a certain bundle. You might want to get, like a color collection. You might want to get some in colors. You might want to get some cardstock. You might have ideas of what you want to put in your kit. But if you get down to it and you're like in that spot where you're like, I just need one other thing. Like, what could I do? I would say consider kits like this. Consider kits collection. They don't always have to have a stamp set. I mean, this kit was absolutely fabulous and did not have a stamp set. So this is one of those things where really, really easy to do, not high maintenance, don't have to worry about ink, don't have to worry about stamping. And that's ideal for Connor. Connor actually loves die cutting. He loves like popping pieces out. That's like sensory seeking for him. But for some kids, they might not like that. They might prefer not having like a machine to crank. They might prefer just doing like little assembly, like a little puzzle, like assembling a little puzzle. And same for the whole other end of the spectrum, where for those of us who are focusing on doing handmade holidays this year, or if you have somebody who's home now or recently retired or recently empty nest, and they might need something to do, or you're trying to think of something to do with them, this could be a good activity for them too. But these are great add-ons whenever you're going to check out. Like if you're thinking about getting anything else and you're like, what am I missing? This could also be a great gift. All right, everybody. I really appreciate you being here. I do see a couple more comments, so let me read those before I leave. Oh, you're welcome, Penny. Elsa says, I'm going to use them to play Dirty Stand with my family, and the year on the back. I love that. This way I can take their number home with them as a memory. That's so sweet. Yes. Customizing it to the year, I think, is such a great idea. And then Teresa says, thanks, Melinda. Thank you, Teresa. Becky says, thank you. I'm going to have my 11-year-old grandson put it together. Yeah. My son Connor just turned 8, but 11, that's a great age for a kit like this. Do you know the number on this kit by chance? I think I do. Hold on. If I don't, I will get it to you, but I do have the box. Hang on. All right, I do have the number on this. I had the box in my kitchen. So this is what it actually looks like, but I know that my lighting is not great because I'm right next to the window. Item number 163114. Let me see if I can just add that as a comment. Item 163114, and I'll just type in Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. Okay. So cute. So it just says one kit. Now they do always say, if you're working with little kids, when they have little pieces like this, when they have like little clothespins and things like that, just be aware of that. So under a certain age, they have to list all of these safety things. And sometimes age is just a number. Like with Connor, developmentally, we're at a different age than the chronological age, right? So just keep that in mind, just depending on who you're working with, because it could be a choking hazard for littles. But as long as you're supervising them, you should be fine. You're welcome, Penny. Okay, so let me just take this down. All right, I'll see you guys later. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here again tomorrow, probably somewhere between 11 and noon. I'll try to get the information out as soon as I can, and we'll make another project tomorrow too. All right. Bye-bye.